Happy Friday, everybody. Doreen from Door Designs. I typically release a video on Thursday, but yesterday we had grandkid stuff going on. We didn't get home until later. Had some stuff going on last night that just wasn't in the right mode to design. But today's Friday, new day, love Friday. So we're going to get back to doing a fun design today. We're going to be doing a fall design on this tobacco basket. And I got this at Hobby Lobby. I really like it. It's got a beautiful shine to the wood. It's got really pretty different colors of brown in it. It's a nice size. It's 24 by I think about like 16 or so. So you can really fill it doing a lot of different designs. I went ahead and added a block of styrofoam. I hot glued it in there, and then I just took a zip tie and zip tied it around one of the pieces of wood going across. That just kind of gives you a little bit extra stability, just to make sure your styrofoam doesn't pop off or break or something like that. What I'm going to use for attachment or the focal point of this design is Gramps here. This was made by Debbie Lang at Old Lang Farms, and if you are fortunate enough to get one of hers, it's so worth the wait. She does custom orders. You have to put your name on the list. It's taken me a little while. I've had a few, sold most of them, but she does such beautiful work. She does everything by hand, paints them, makes the little glasses, and she has different styles of them. Some of them, they've got arms and legs and stuff like this. This one's just the head that I got from her. So we're going to add this into the basket, and I'm thinking about putting him right up here, and then we're just going to fill it in nice and full with different kinds of florals and fall picks all the way around. So let's jump right into it. I'm just going to take a zip tie, and on the back of Debbie's design, she's got a little tab here that I'm going to feed my zip tie through it, and then I'm just going to run it through one of the pieces of wood back here and zip tie it down tight. So I think I'm going to put it, use that piece right there. And I'm just going to pull it nice and tight where I want him. Got to come over on this side. Oh, perfect. And then I'm just going to cut off the end of the zip tie here. Maybe. And you could use wire, you could use pipe cleaners, you could use whatever you want. I'm just kind of a zip tie person. Okay, so we have Gramps all attached, one zip tie, and if the mechanics bother you, you can always put a leaf or some moss or something like that over to cover that up. Okay, next what I'm going to do, and I don't know if it's going to work or not, I'm just going to try it. I have this ring of fall flowers, and typically people use these for a centerpiece, you know, putting your candles or whatever in it, or attaching it to a wreath. I'm actually going to cut this, and I think I'm going to see if I can use it up behind him and kind of fill in the top. So let me cut this real quick with my stem color. So all I did was just cut it. And it's just kind of a shortcut. Instead of having to put all these different flowers in there or leaves, I'm going to see if this works. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to zip tie this down also, then I'll show you up close. Put a zip tie down here. I got, oh, lost my snippers there for a minute. Okay, look how cute that looks just by taking that piece, cutting it in half, and zip tying it in there. It just kind of softens the outside of your basket. Gramps is looking pretty good already. Okay, I'm gonna keep my bow colors pretty simple because I really want that focal piece to stay on my little scarecrow there. So I pulled a plain burlap. I did this orange, and it kind of looks almost like a corduroy ribbon. And then I'm going to add this mustard, I think, in with it. So we're going to do kind of a pretty simple bow right there, and then we're going to just start adding maybe some pumpkins and different things at the bottom. Excuse me. Since this filled in so much, it makes your designing go much quicker. It kind of takes the guessing out of what all you need to add. And I'm probably just going to do a two loop bow. So all I'm doing is taking it and I'm pinching it and bringing it down and back up. And that's about a 7-inch loop. And just doing the exact same thing on the top. And I'm going to leave my bottom piece a little bit longer because I may want it to come out a little ways. And we can always trim it back a little bit. And I'm just going to do the exact same thing with the orange, just down and back up. It is a nice, heavy ribbon. And it reminds me just of corduroy. So just some nice, rich fall colors in the ribbons. I'm grabbing a little piece of a wire here that I can zip tie it to add it to my styrofoam. So I'm just going to take my zip tie, go around it. And then I'm going to take this and bend it. And that's what's going to go into my styrofoam. So I'm just going to feed that through the bottom. And I'll have to cut it back, but that's what's going to be added into it. Excuse me. Sorry for the noise, but that's got some metal going through it, and I used my stem cutter. See how pretty that's going to be when we get all that attached in there? And it's going to take up so much space, I may not have to add that much other florals around it. So I'm just going to dip that in my glue pot. Stick that straight on down. So I'll let that dry a little bit. But there's your bow. Look how cute he looks next to Gramps. I'm just dovetailing the ends to make them a nice crisp. And I'm going to leave the bottom ones this length for right now. We might cut it back once we get all of our other stuff added in. Okay, now I'm going to just kind of start adding a few pieces in it to start filling it in. And I'm going to use some bright yellow leaves because I want the back to kind of blend in with my leaves going around. I don't know if you can see that. So you can kind of see where those yellow leaves, whoops, really kind of blend in there. And these are just stems that I've had left over from other designs that I saved. And I'm bringing some forward because I want it to look like it's 3 dimensions. So see how that's coming out? Not everything is laying flat against the base. And I got to keep it with a lot of movement because you know how I have things to have to be moving. Whoops, need to cut the tag off this one. This came from Hobby Lobby. Kind of losing my voice a little bit. I'm going to use a floral pin and pin the bottom side of that bow a little bit. It's kind of moving a little bit. There we go. Okay, so I added 4 or 5 pieces of the leaves and I incorporated them to go all the way around the bow and kind of add a little bit of length coming down besides just the ribbons. So we're just going to keep adding different elements in here. I'm going to add a little bit of the white and cream. This also came from Hobby Lobby. This is one of my favorite bushes to design with. And you can use it almost year round. It was $9.99, but of course you get 40% off. And it's got, I think, like 8 pieces that you can cut off and use. And I'm going to kind of incorporate this around the bow. You know, this is going to be a quick design by having all of this in there. This is not going to take us very long. nice long piece of it. I'm going to take a piece back along the back side to come up a little bit higher. Get my glue strings off here. And there it is with the white going all the way up to add a little bit more brightness to it. So with designs like this, you can make them as full as you want. Like you could stop right now and have a beautiful design, and I'm really not going to add that much more to it. I did want to add a pumpkin or two, but I'm not even sure I'm going to do that. I'm just going to kind of look to see if I like it with the pumpkins. Yeah, I think I am going to add the pumpkins. But I'm not going to add much more besides these pumpkins. And I'm adding two different colors of pumpkins. This is more of just of a natural color. And then I had an orange one. And I believe these came from Hobby Lobby last year. I'm just going to kind of feed my ribbons through some of my florals here. I want to add something right there. I have a little bit of a blank spot there. I'm just bringing a little bit more of kind of an outdoor natural element to it with this. And these came from Randolph Mercantile, which is a local store here, which you guys hear me talk about all the time. I got to get his old crow sign back out, his tag. Okay, I'm going to cut the ribbon tails back a little bit. They're just a little bit long. We don't need them that length. here's what it looks like up close with the natural elements kind of added in there. Okay, so everything is pretty much the rust, the orange, the taupe, and the yellows. So you know me, I have to add another color in there. So it's probably going to be a little bit of a lavender. Just a couple of pieces. And it's funny, when I don't add blue or lavender on some of my designs, I love all the comments I get that I forgot that I didn't add my kind of my signature color to a design. Okay, I'm going to cut these pieces of greenery off. To me, they look a little too springy or summery. And I really just want the purple color in the lavender. Oh yeah, the lavender makes it. And I'm just going to push this up. I'm going to put one more piece, and then I think our design is done, guys. This went much quicker than what I thought when I was planning it out. Look how just a little bit of lavender really adds to your florals. It just kind of makes a difference between the colors, but really makes it kind of jump out and pop that orange against that rust and mustard color. I need to move his little thing because he's covering up part of his glasses there. So I think this is it, guys. I don't think I need to add anything else to it. It's nice and full. I'm going to stand back and look at it. I'm just kind of spreading out a little bit more of the leaves and my ribbon. And you'll notice it still has, even though it's nice and full, it still has a lot of movement to it. It shakes, it's not packed in there so tight. So we were able to do this beautiful full fall showstopper piece for your front door or above your fireplace in about 25 minutes. That's how quickly and easy some of these designs can be done. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope if you have a Tabasco basket, you guys try this. Just get you a centerpiece of whatever you want to do, an attachment, attach it in and design around it. So have a beautiful Friday. It's beautiful here in Missouri. We're going to enjoy our weekend with a lot more grandkids sports, and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.